Hi, I'm Stephen Rosley of Rosley's Rocks and Gems here in Chicago, and this is another Rosley Rock Report. Today we're going to talk about Celestite that's coming out of Put-inBay Ohio. A couple of years ago I've done quite a few different shows in Ohio, and people kept telling me you ought to go to Put-inBay Ohio. It's a little island in Lake Erie. And there, in the island, they have a geode that's 50 feet under the earth. So, on the weekend of Katrina, I took Cheryl Node there to celebrate her birthday. We get to the island. Well, actually, we drove to Toledo, and just past Toledo, you have to go to a place called Port Clinton, and there you catch a ferry that takes you across into Lake Erie to this little island that's 1 mile by 3 miles long. It was raining cats and dogs because of Katrina, and we're in the boat, and it was amazing. Out of the mist, this island appears. It was like going to Avalon. It was so magical. When you get there, you can rent golf carts to travel around the island. The island is only 1 by 3 miles long. That night we stayed in a bed and breakfast that was over 100 years old, and it felt like we were at the ocean. Because of the waves and the rain, you could hear it. It was very, very mystical. The next day we went to Heileman's Winery, where this geode is. In 1897, they were drilling for a well, and they hit a pocket, and they dropped this guy into the pocket with a torch, and there was a huge geode filled with celestite. It's one of the largest geodes in the world. It's unbelievable. What they have done now is you have stairs that go down into it. It's 50 feet into the earth. And the size of it is roughly 30 feet by 30 feet, and they have crystals as big as you and I. Huge. These crystals have never seen the light of day. They started to grow before the dinosaurs roamed the earth. Well, I went there because I heard about it, and I thought, maybe I could buy some. Since I have a rock shop, I'm always interested in new stones. Well, we asked the tour director if we could stay in the geode and meditate. And he said, why not? No one's coming. This was a Tuesday. It was raining cats and dogs. So we got to spend an hour inside this geode. When he came down, I asked him if he knew of anybody that had celestite to sell. And he said to me, talk to the manager. Well, as we were walking upstairs, I noticed they have like a little rock shop, and they had selenite there. And I was talking to the manager, and I said, I see you have selenite. And he said, oh yeah. And I asked him, how do you do very well with selenite? And he says, extremely well, but he can't find a supplier. Here, this is how synchronicity works. I had 600 pounds of selenite in my van on the mainland. And I told him that, and he asked me if I'd be interested in trading him for some of the celestite. And I said yes. And he took me to this Quonset hut, and they had boxes floor to ceiling. And he told me the story about finding the geode and how during the Prohibition the celestite saved them from going out of business. Celestite, what they did is they sold the celestite to firecracker and firework manufacturers. This is strombite, and what they do is grind this down, and when you see a fireworks going off in the sky, the red is celestite, and that saved this winery from going out of business during Prohibition. Well, he said, take what you want, and I ended up getting around 300 pounds, not realizing that the owner will not sell it, will not give it away. He's got a project he's going to do. That project, who knows? He's 90 years old, and he wants to hold on to these. The celestite is quite unusual. It's not as blue as the ones you find in Madagascar. But the interesting thing about the Celestite is the energy. The energy of these stones are unique. They have not been raped and pillaged out of the earth. When they do that, they carry the energy of that. When you hold them in your hands and feel the energy, it's amazing. Because it's white, it covers all your chakras. So it can work on anyone while you're holding it. The neat thing about this type of Celestite is that if you switch hands, the energy switches. It goes back and forth. What I've also done with it is I polish it. This is a piece that I've polished. This is the formation of a crystal. As you can see, it's got the crystal angles on it. What I just did is polished it up to go along with those angles. When you hold it up to the sunlight, it is very colorful. You have all the colors of the rainbows inside this. It feels wonderful. These Celestites will be available through my rock club. You can sign up from the website at CrystalMaster.com, upper left-hand corner. It asks for your email. There is no cost involved in signing up for the rock club, but anything new I get, they will get first at substantial savings over everyone else. These are beautiful. They're very rare. There are other stones like this coming out of Ohio, but the energy is entirely different. Wait till you feel them. They're best sold in pairs so that you can balance. You feel the energy, then you switch the hands, and then you feel the energy again. Thank you.